Hello and welcome back to the Spitfire Club. We're trying it a different way. I'm using Zoom to record our Spitfire Club so that we can do screen share a little bit better, but it's looking a little grainy. So I apologize in advance for the video quality, but maybe it won't be so bad. So welcome back to Spitfire, or if this is your first time, welcome to Spitfire. I thought we could start today. Well, let me tell you about Spitfire. Spitfire is a book club for girls. We celebrate girls who are curious, resilient, empathic, authentic, and tenacious. And we're doing that through a unit called Create here in Spitfire. Curious, resilient, empathic, authentic, tenacious. Create. It spells create. That's crazy. Guess what? We didn't do that on purpose, but it works because you cannot really be excellent at creating. Well, let me say this a different way. It is easier to be creative and to create when you're curious, absolutely curious. Resilient, because you will make mistakes. Empathic, because connecting with others is part of what makes creating work. Authentic, because your ideas are unique to you. Nobody else has them. And tenacious, because you've got to be very bold to create. So I hope you enjoy this unit with Spitfire Club. So some of you may have a kit from us, and it will have in it some envelopes that are labeled 1, there is no 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you'll also have a shoebox with a bunch of crazy stuff in it. So we're going to get to all of that each week of the Spitfire Club. And I'll tell you in our video which one you need. For those of you who don't have a kit, that's okay. Because most of the stuff we use can either be substituted or it's easy to find. So I'll tell you at the beginning what you need. So today in the Spitfire Club, we've got stickers and sketchbook. So if you have some stickers and a sketchbook, you're all set. If you don't have some stickers and a sketchbook, then you can draw your own pictures and cut them out and glue them. And for a sketchbook, you can take paper and you can fold it and then staple it together so that it's like a book. All right, we ready? Today we are reading What If? What if? And that's a question. So I'm going to share my screen with you and you'll get to see the book for yourself. By Samantha Berger and illustrated by Mike Curato. When you look at this picture, do you see things that are real or things that are illustrated? Both. That's a good answer. What if? With a pencil and paper, I write and draw art to create many stories that come from my heart. But what if that pencil one day disappeared? I'd fold up the paper till stories appeared. And what if that paper was no longer there? I'd chisel the table and carve the chair. Do you think your parents would like it if you chiseled the table and carved the chair? No, don't do that. And what if there wasn't a chair here at all? I'd chip and I'd peel at the paint on the wall. Look at all she's creating. And what if there wasn't a wall anymore? I might build a story from boards in the floor. 7, 6, 5, 4. Without any floor, I could still use the land and sketch out a tale in the dirt with my hand. See those planets? What could those be made out of? Kind of look like marbles, don't they? I I could still shape the leaves. I could still sculpt the snow. I could still plant the flowers and make kingdoms grow. Without any land, I would still use the light, invent shadow stories the sun would ignite. If there was no light, I would still use my voice to sing out my stories, to chant and rejoice. I'd still have my body to twist and to bend, to dance out my stories beginning to end. If I had nothing but still had my mind, there'd always be stories to seek and to find. I'm going to go back so you can see that whole spread again. If I know nothing but one bit of fate, as long as I live, I will always create. So when you look at this picture, do you see anything that maybe she's created? What do you see? I see Legos. So you can use Legos or blocks to create. Yep. Someone said, notice the shoes, tap dancing, or what, I think those are probably tap dancing shoes. That's a type of creating. Drawing is a type of creating. Decorating the room is a type of creating. Music is a type of creating. Telling stories is a type of creating. There's so many different ways to create. As long as I live, I will always create. And then the author gave us this note, which I'll read aloud to you because it's a great one. I wrote the first draft of this book after a flood forced me to evacuate my apartment with nothing but my dog and my sketchbook. Evacuate means you have to leave. I was right in the middle of a big creative project, and I was making a new piece every day. After the flood hit, I had nothing to work with at all. No paints, no brushes, no markers, no nothing. It was then that I started to realize anything could be used as art, as an art supply. The pine cones on the trees, the paper in the recycling bin, the kibble in my dog's dish, and I used them all. When I understood that everything could be used to express myself, it made me see the world in a new way. And it also made me see myself in a new way. Throughout my life, I've always wondered how some people have found a way to create under the most difficult circumstances. Now that I see I am also someone compelled to create, I know I will always find a way. I wrote the story for them and for you and for all of us who have to. So it's a beautiful story, isn't it? And I think it really tells what we need to, told us what we need to see, which is that there's no wrong way to create. There's so many different ways to create, and you can use anything that you have at your disposal. So let me go get a creator kit. Be right back. In this shoebox, I have put a bunch of stuff that I found laying around, and this is going to come in really handy. So I've got some massive coffee filters. These can be very useful, donated by the former Sugar Shack when they ordered the wrong size. Some ribbon. Got Chewbacca Pez. Popsicle sticks, pom-poms, pipe cleaners. Never have enough of these. Paper towel rolls. I've got fabric. I've got straws, some washi tape, a massive rubber band. So many things in here that I could use to create. And so I invite you to get or bag or container of any shape or size And I want you to collect some items that you could use to create. And we're going to call this your creator kit. So things that you could get, recycling, things from the recycling bin, like toilet paper and paper towel rolls. Those are great. You could get things collected outside, like really nice rocks and pine cones and neat sticks, especially tiny ones. Those are really useful, aren't they? You can borrow things from your kitchen that your parents or your caregivers may not need right now. Like sometimes skewers are really useful, and straws. Yeah, bowls, spoons, different things. But if you borrow from the kitchen, be sure to put it back when you're done. There's so many things you could use to create. And so I invite you to go looking around your space for things that you can use to create in your creator kit. All right. Today's activity, for those of you who have a Spitfire kit from me, and if you want one, email info, I-N-F-O, at thespitfireclub.org. I'll be happy to get one to you. But if you have a kit already, this is an opportunity to take your sketchbook and your stickers and decorate it. Put stickers all over that sketchbook. We're going to use it later in the Spitfire Club. Want to sketch a little bit? That's fine. You can do that. Save some pages for later, okay? All right. Till next time.